Hi, welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, I want to talk to you about what's going on with the Russian ruble because some interesting things are starting to happen. Now, Russia's currency has been one of the strongest in the world over the past 12 months. But at the same time, its economy is under pressure. Its budget deficit is rising and revenue from oil is falling. So how does that make any sense? Well, it doesn't. Because the truth is, the ruble hasn't been strong because Russia is strong. It's been strong because it's been propped up. And now Russia is about to stop doing that. So why has the ruble been strong? Well, let's start with the basics. There are three main reasons. Firstly, capital controls. Russia has restricted money leaving the country, so people can't just sell rubles and move their cash abroad. Second, high interest rates. Rates have been pushed up to around 15%, they're currently 15.5%, which makes holding rubles more attractive. Well, in theory, not more attractive to me. But the third reason, which is the most important, and it's the one that people don't understand. Russia earns most of its money from oil. Even despite the sanctions, that's still the situation. And that oil is sold in dollars or increasingly in Chinese yuan. So Russia receives foreign currency in exchange for its oil. Now, normally what would happen is that money would just sit there. But Russia has been doing something very different. It's been taking those dollars and Chinese yuan and selling them. And when you sell foreign currency, you buy rubles, which pushes the ruble up. So the ruble hasn't been strong by accident. It's been strong because Russia has been actively supporting it. Now, here's the twist. A strong ruble is actually bad for Russia because oil is priced in dollars. So when Russia converts that into rubles, if the ruble is strong, they get less money. So right now, Russia is facing a double hit. Oil revenues are falling as a result of the sanctions, and the strong ruble means that these revenues are worth less, which is one of the reasons the budget deficit is now rising sharply. And this is where it gets even more interesting, because nobody is really benefiting from this strong currency. The government loses because it gets less tax revenue, exporters lose because they're receiving fewer rubles, and the wider economy is being crushed by high interest rates. So yes, imports are technically cheaper, but because of the sanctions, there isn't much to import anyway. So what you end up with is a strong currency that doesn't actually help anyone. Now, this is where things start to change. Russia has what's called a budget rule. When oil prices are high, extra revenues are supposed to go into the National Wealth Fund, which is their reserve fund. But recently, Russia has been using those revenues to support spending and to support the currency. Now, that's being reversed. Russia is planning to divert more oil revenue into the National Wealth Fund, which might sound sensible, but it has a very important consequence. Because if that money is being saved, it's not being used to support the market, which means Russia will be selling less foreign currency. And if you sell less dollars and Chinese yuan, you buy fewer rubles. And that removes a key pillar of support. So the ruble, which has been artificially strong, now starts to weaken. And this is exactly what analysts are expecting. Oil revenues are falling, the budget deficit is rising, and forecasts are now suggesting the ruble could fall sharply in 2026, possibly towards 100 to the dollar. So Russia is now facing a choice. Does it protect the currency or protect its reserves? And right now, it looks like it's choosing its reserves. So the big takeaway from this is that Russia hasn't had a strong currency because its economy is strong. It's had a strong currency because it's been propping it up. And now that support is being pulled away, which means the ruble may finally start to reflect reality. So hopefully you've enjoyed today's video. You found it useful, informative and thought-provoking. If you have, then please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Don't forget, I'm currently running my competition where you can win my property located close to one of the best beaches in the UK or a cash alternative prize. Scan the QR code on the screen now or click the link in the description below if you want to get involved in that. Thank you so much to the people who've been helping me in other ways. If you've bought me a coffee or sent me YouTube super thanks or signed up as a patron or a member, thank you so much for that support. Really appreciate it. And here's something to put a smile on your face.